What's going on, guys? I want to talk about Jemele Hill. She is trending again due to a situation that happened. By the way, make sure that y'all follow me on Twitter. All right. Due to comments made by Joe Biden. Now, where is the video? This is a video I actually retweeted. I retweeted this, and this was from Tariq Nasheed's page because I didn't see this interview, but I saw that people were saying on this hashtag, "You ain't black," and it was referring to comments that Joe Biden made. So let me see. I'm going to play it so you get the better context of what I'm speaking about.
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Do y'all hear that insanity? And that was trending. The hashtag "You ain't black" was trending, and people was really getting at Joe Biden. And of course, you have certain people like Simone Sanders here who were defending Joe Biden. I mean, does that surprise you? I mean, these are the lapdogs of the DNC who defend anything that they say and do. Now, again, I'm a type of person, I'm more in the middle center. I don't really have a party. I don't fit in anywhere. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I don't believe you should shame anybody for voting for you. And I feel like for the longest time, black people have been guilted into voting for the DNC. So this is what Jemele Hill had to say, and people are getting after Jemele Hill. This is what she tweeted, and it just shows you the mindset of melanated women in regards to the DNC. They're going to vote higher for the DNC than anybody. But I see, a lot of people getting at her, male or female. But I'm noticing that you seeing more of these melanated females coming to Biden's defense, which is weird, but really is it? Now, Jemele Hill, her career as a sports writer or journalist has gone down the drain. She's not particularly talented, but what she's good at doing is race baiting and getting on social media and crying about how she's a victim, even though she makes millions of dollars a year. And as you can see, that's what she said. And they were going in on her. Okay. These are some of the comments. Sorry, I'm black. It ain't accurate. He lost me with this one. It's basically saying we have no nuanced positions about anything other than being outraged daily about race. So we'll basically do anything to vote against Trump. The other guy said, nah, it was inaccurate, and we determine what is culturally, customarily, politically black in its orientation from the in-group, not the out-group. And the Trump part is a red herring. He creates outrage fatigue. Then she responded by saying the issue is who said it, not what was said. White folks should never define what's black. And this is very funny coming from somebody who I believe still works for Caucasian people. She's always worked for Caucasian people. I don't think she's never had an issue. But it's just so funny how you have women like this pulling the melanin card whenever it comes to these issues. This is the same woman that had Gronkowski twerking on her, man, and didn't say nothing, wasn't outraged about it. And by the way, she had a boyfriend at the time. This is a woman who worked at a network where she had plenty of Caucasian co-workers and friends. She's even defended Michelle Beadle. But when it comes to these issues, she always takes the position of trying to sound like she's for her people when she isn't. And might I add, this is the same woman, who agreed with an article that said that melanated men are the new Caucasian men. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of person this is. And for so long, I have been right about her. And so many people have defended her. Particularly melanated males have defended her. It was accurate. Wow. Let's see. Accurate. And let me just say this about Biden. Biden is somebody who is not all there. This is a guy whose mental health is declining, but he's being pushed to the forefront because the DNC needed somebody who could appeal to different spectrums of their party, because they did not want somebody who was far, far, far to the left like a Bernie. But would it matter? With Biden seemed like somebody who needs a handler all day, every day. He's a guy who stumbles and fumbles over words. And this is the guy you're going to vote for because you don't like Trump? That is insanity. I would never vote for an incoherent person who's not all there, okay, to lead the nation that I am in. I am sorry. I'm not going to do that. And he has also made comments. I've seen people were tweeting. He made comments about, integration. He's also made other comments. He supported the crime bill. This is a guy who has a history of not giving any, cares at all about black people. But it's funny when I see these people come to his defense, because that's all this is. They're running interference. These are the same people who will ignore the allegations against Biden because they want to see him succeed. And you have melanated women coming to the rescue, saving the DNC from itself. Yeah, this is what we got to deal with, man. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see if we can. We're gonna go search up, if we can. We're gonna search up Jemele. See if we can find Jemele here. All right. Let's look at some of these tweets because it was accurate. What's hilarious to me is that dark-skinned conservatives have been called, accused of tap dancing for white people constantly. Yet here, in the face of blatant oppression, just look at yourselves. Tippity tap, Jemele. People like at Jemele Hill are Black America's problem. They defend the foolishness when it favors them. Her comments would be different had Trump or any Republican said what Joe said. Issues affecting regular black folks is a joke to you, Jemele? Let's see. This is BS. It wasn't accurate. Whatever your beliefs are, political ideology, where you went to school, etc., should never belittle someone else's blackness. There is no more or less black. Being black in America is a struggle. Very sheep-like thinking, Jemele. And just like that, Jemele Hill didn't even need chains to choose a slave master. Let's see. Jemele Hill and Shaun King are the same people who promote victim mentality instead of empowerment and actually standing for something. I mean, that's what they do. They don't listen. Let me tell y'all something, man. They're not a success in what they do if they are not out here trying to cause a division between the groups. That's their job. Shaun King is somebody who's not even black. And I'm gonna keep saying it because he isn't. Okay? He's a want to be. He's a trying to be. And then you got Jemele Hill, somebody who wants to seem like she's some leader for the people when actually she's doing more harm than good for her people. And these are the type of behaviors they're gonna have. She wants to ignore. I bet she didn't tweet anything about the accusers of Biden. Now, this is a woman who claims that she's for women, but you have other women claiming that Biden was inappropriate with them, but she will defend Biden because that is her job. You see, women like this benefit from the DNC being successful. They benefit for having a party that stands for everything that they are about. Chaos. They're all about uplifting feminism. At least this newer form of feminism. They're all about separating the men out of the homes of their kids and those policies. They represent and they support that. Now they'll get on social media and pretend like they care about a black man when he's no longer here. But for the most part, if they can benefit by getting on social media and heavily supporting one party, you gotta understand, women like this is double-minded. Jemele Hill is one of those double-minded women. They talk black, but they sleep white. I'm not saying that she's sleeping white, but I'm just saying mentality-wise, they will talk black on social media, but have nothing but Caucasian friends, live in a neighborhood full of Caucasian people, or an apartment building with nothing but Caucasian people. They talk that talk because they have no conscience. They don't care. It's all about making money. It's all about having a following. They don't care about anybody but themselves. They just care about getting retweets and likes. This is why I think the way that I do. I don't care about, whether you like my leanings politically or socially. I believe what I believe, and I believe in what is right, and I believe in what is wrong and what is fair. You have people like this who have ignored accusations against Biden because they want him to win the presidency. These are the type of people that y'all follow and support. Not me, because I've seen through this BS for a long time now. Some people are just catching up, but I've seen through Jemele Hill for years. This is the comment I was speaking about with Joe Biden. This is a comment Joe Biden made. And you still got people who are heavily gonna support this guy because they don't have any common sense or reason. Listen, y'all can do whatever you want to do, but don't complain when the DNC does nothing for you. When you sit up here and you defend people like Biden, who's clearly halfway out of his mind, okay, who's giving interviews talking about, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. That should be the motto of the Democratic Party. If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. That's what they should say. That should be their new motto going into this political season, because that's how it is. They think they have ownership over you. I'm not saying that you should vote for the Republican Party. What I'm saying is, don't allow these parties to just take your vote for granted and treat you like you're a loser, like you're not very intelligent. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you have to go and heavily support one party over another. But what I'm saying is this: you have her throwing around that word. Y'all see the word she's throwing around. That is the type of person that you need to avoid supporting at all costs, because they don't have your best interests at heart.